What's happening? It's John from Long Island punk band Wrecked. It's Wednesday, August 31st. So another summer done. It's really hard to believe that it's almost over. But with that comes a lot of other good things like colder weather, football season, so Thanksgiving, all the nice fall holidays. So I'm looking forward to it. As far as our band goes, hopefully get back to recording in September. Hopefully have something out by Thanksgiving, so God willing, right? But we have about 4 songs we're working on for an EP. We want to get them down, get them out to you. So no shows to announce really, so stay tuned for any shows. I have some more vinyl I'd like to show you. I really stay true to my word and not just buying vinyl just for the sake of it. Trying to buy the pieces that I really want and from the bands I really like. But there's some exceptions, you know how that goes. So here's 5 of the latest ones. All right, let's where to start. All right, for Father's Day weekend back in June, I was up in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, one of me and my wife's favorite places, and I ran across a small little, sort of like a not a music store, but they had band T-shirts, candles, incense, all that other stuff. But they did have some vinyl, which I dug through, and I picked up 2. So I'm going to show them to you. This one, this is Juice Newton, album called Juice. This was from, if I can even find it, early 80s, 81 Capitol Records. I bought this because it has Queen of Hearts on it. It's one of my favorite songs when I was a kid, still is one of my favorite songs, one of the greatest pop songs you'll ever hear. When I was a kid, it was probably one of the first records I had. I had the 45. That's a little close and play that I had. That was one of them, and I remember Mickey was the other one, and Come On Feel the Noise by Quiet Riot was another one. But yeah, it was the first song I really loved, pop song, and on this, I don't know of any other songs. I think Angel of the Morning I do know. The rest of it's very forgettable. Sort of on the heels of the 70s country revival we had here in like I said, late 70s, early 80s, where Mandrell Sisters and the Smokey and the Bandit movie brought all that stuff into fashion again. And so yeah, she was a pop star / country star, Juice Newton. Very good. I don't remember if she did anything after this or what, but it's a great record, and it only cost me like $2. All right. The other thing I picked up in Honesdale is this. This is Madonna's "Like a Virgin," and this is 1984 on Sire Records. Madonna, I don't have to talk about much. My sister was a Madonna fan. I remember hearing that music through the walls, especially Madonna's first album that my sister had. This one, Like a Virgin, was very hyped when it came out, I remember, and it was huge. Material Girl's on here, Like a Virgin, of course. I guess that's it. That can't be. Yeah, I guess. I mean, Angel's on here, Over and Over, Love Don't Live Here No More, Dress You Up, Pretender, Stay. I mean, but for the Like a Virgin, for Material Girl, those are my favorites on this. I do love her first album, but this is a good one too. As far as pop stars go, if it wasn't for Madonna, you probably wouldn't have any of the pop stars you have, female pop stars you have now. The first female pop star, the superstar that I can recall in my lifetime, and New York girl, and I'll always support New York musicians. She's great. I mean, is she the greatest singer? No. She's the greatest dancer? No. But something about it. I mean, her albums were always hyped, and they were always events. I mean, they had entire MTV dedicated entire programming to the album coming out. I remember back in the day when I think it was when Vogue came out, might have been, but there were always events when her albums came out, and she's great, and look forward to getting all her stuff on, or at least her early stuff on vinyl, because she's really one of a kind in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna have to shift gears a bit. Still going with the early 80s though. This is Cock Sparrer, Shock Troops. This came out this pressing is from 2010 on Pirates Press Records. Originally, I think this came out in 86. Let me figure it out. I'll show you the vinyl too. I got this from Pirates Press, and I ordered from them a bunch of times because they always have cool stuff, like this one. It's like a green and red, sort of like the Fallout Fallout symbol. Doesn't really say when this came out originally, but I'm gonna say some. I think it was 86, 84 or 86, or somewhere around there. Either way, Coxbar is a band that I got into because of the Dropkick Murphys. They covered a few of their songs, and I was like, man, what is this band Coxbar? And found out about them. They were an English band, an oi band, street punk band, whatever you want to call them. Every song on this album is great. You got Where Are They Now, Riot Squad, Working, Take 'Em All, We're Coming Back. I mean, there's not a bad one. Side 2 is Watch Your Back, I Got Your Number, Secret Army, Droogs Don't Run, Out on an Island. Every song is good on this. You wouldn't skip any of them. And again, what's it called? Swingin' Utters covered them. A lot of people cover Coxbar, and they're still playing. I mean, they're older, but they're still playing with relatively the same band, I think. But this one, and I think there's a couple others in the early '80s that came out with it. They really struck gold on. But I can't recommend Coxbar enough. Great band. All right, go to another one, another English band, Irish by way of English, whatever you want to call them. This is the Pogues. Red Roses for Me. This came out, I believe, 83, 84 on Stiff Records. Pogues is one of those bands, again, that I got into because of the Dropkick Murphys. They covered some Pogue songs. They always paid tribute to the Pogues, and I was always interested in what they were doing. And this is, I don't know if this is their first album, it was one of their first. And it's got Streams of Whiskey, my favorite Pogue song on it. It's also got Boys from County Hell on it, the Old Triangle, Battle of Brisbane, whatever you want to call it. The Pogues, you don't have to talk about. They're one of the greatest bands ever, you know, one of my biggest influences. I'll always listen to the Pogues, love them. As far as the Pogues go, the first few I'm going to get, and then, they became, pretty much just a, I don't know, sort of retreading the same stuff. I think a lot of it became because of Shane MacGowan, his health deteriorating and stuff like that. So, either way. Here's the last one. This is one of my favorite bands. This is Napalm Death. Resentment is Always Seismic. What I love about Napalm Death, English guys, what I love about them is the titles of their records are always great. And they get you thinking, resentment is always seismic. If that's not true, I don't know what is. This is a companion album to the Throes of Joy in the Jaws of Defeatism, got on red vinyl. I think it came out 2022 or 21, one of the two. But I had this on order, on pre-order, and I never got it. Then I was going for a little bit of money on eBay. I didn't understand why, but I finally got a copy that was for a decent price. Standouts on this for me would be Narcissus and Man Bites Dog. Slaver through a repeat performance is pretty good. They have a cover on here, People Pie by a band called Slab, industrial band from the late 80s. But you know what? I love Napalm Death, and I find it inspiring that they're still playing music and still creating music well into their 50s, coming up with fresh ideas, because I don't know how they do it. And I think it's one guy who does most of the writing on it, Shane Embury, who's a bassist, but I think he recorded the guitars on this as well. But Napalm Death's one of those bands that, they have 13 albums maybe, and I'm gonna get all their stuff on record because I don't know, because again, I'm a collector, I'm a fan, one of my most favorite bands, as far as extreme music goes, and they have really stayed true to the grindcore ethic of the music, real do-it-yourself stuff. I mean, they're on a major label. I mean, I'm not gonna bullshit you, they're on Century Media, but I mean, still, when they started out to being a crust punk band, they have none of the same members, but a lot of the same ideas. It's amazing that they still have that sound, which is from the early 80s that they started with completely different lineups. Shane Embury is the only he was on I think the early Scum record, and I think he stayed with them the longest, but the rest of the guys are newer, and they didn't appear on that first couple of albums. So there you have it. There's the 5 of the most recent vinyl I support. Again, stay tuned for any news for any gigs. We'll post them on Facebook or Instagram. But we're gonna get back to the studio, like I said. Hopefully, have something out by Thanksgiving. Again, we got 4 songs, maybe 5. So we're gonna take it from there. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Take care.